Welcome back, subscribers, and welcome back to The Bleeding Edge. My name is Colin Tedards, and today, what if I told you you could go back in time, let's say 10 years ago, and buy Bitcoin? Back when it was still primarily used for nefarious purposes, and it certainly wasn't trading for close to $60,000 per token. I mean, that would be an absolute no-brainer. Of course, you would do that. What if you could go back 20 years ago and buy Google on its IPO day? At the time, the up and coming search engine went public for a split adjusted price of just $2.50 per share. Of course, you would go back and do that. You would be up over 5,000% on your investment over 20 years. Now, hindsight is obviously 2020 when it comes to the stock market. If we could correctly identify trends such as cryptocurrency or Google gaining popularity as being the world's search engine, we could have made a fortune as investors. What if I told you, though, there's a new mega trend brewing in the investment world and that has some of the biggest and richest investors starting to pile in? That's right. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, OpenAI, Kathy Wood. They're all piling in. The exciting part is it's still really early too. Just like buying Bitcoin over a decade ago, or just like buying Google maybe 2 decades ago. The robotics industry is the next $1 trillion opportunity for investors. And I know you've heard me say this and talk about it before, but just yesterday, robotics startup Figure AI raised $675 million from Jeff Bezos, Nvidia, and OpenAI. The valuation was just $2.6 billion. Now, look, will this be another one of these pipe dream for wealthy investors, like maybe like space tourism? Or is it potentially the next millionaire making investment idea? I think it's the latter. That's because Figure AI is working on solving a real crisis in America and around the world. Not space tourism, but labor. Around the world, there are millions of jobs that are unsafe or undesirable. Companies face labor shortages in hospitality and food services, and it's leading to higher prices and less than ideal experiences for guests. The world relies largely on the country of China to manufacture goods, which painfully screeched to a halt during the pandemic. On a global scale, human like robotics capable of doing tasks and jobs that humans either don't want to do or don't like doing is $1 trillion opportunity. And right now, unlike many industries that we cover on a regular basis, like enterprise software, search engine, smartphones, e commerce, semiconductors, unlike those industries, there is no clear cut leader in the race to build human like robotics. Figure AI, the company that I told you about earlier, getting investments from Jeff Bezos and Nvidia, is valued at just $2.6 billion. To give you an idea, when Google went public 20 years ago, the company had a $24 billion valuation. The opportunity to make a fortune in the robotics sector is becoming more likely each and every day. So, how do you prepare yourself as an investor? I think it's fairly easy at the current time. First, I would position myself in the companies that would benefit from mass produced human like robotics being built and augmenting or replacing some of its employees. These stocks aren't pricing in the benefit these companies will realize if and when robotics can supplement its labor population in a major way. Second, the semiconductor industry will be at the heart, literally at the heart of these human like robotics, meaning the sector might have a second mega trend after AI is largely built out over the next couple of years. And lastly, I would keep a close eye on Tesla. That's right, it's the only large cap, publicly traded company that is seen as a leader in the space. The company has a benefit of over $100 billion in revenue from selling electric vehicles, and the company has a significant cash pile as well. Tesla has also proven, and this might be the most important point, Tesla has proven it can design and manufacture products at scale and profitably. Very few companies have ever actually done that. Its Optimus robot is seen by many in the industry as potentially a game changer for not only the robotics industry, but for Tesla as well. Time will only tell if robotics is the next $1 trillion investment idea. But given the fact that it solves a real issue facing companies and countries across the globe, and the fact that some of the richest and best entrepreneurs are pouring money and energy into the space, that means robotics could easily become the next millionaire making investment idea over the next decade. And I don't want you to miss out. Folks, that was the Bleeding Edge for today. I hope you have a fun and safe weekend. I'll see you again next week.